There were 3 glasses of red wine, and 2 of them were poisoned. The man had to choose one. If he drank one and was fine, they would release his wife. A bead of sweat rolled down the man's face as he stared at the glasses, unable to decide. Suddenly, he quickly rearranged the glasses. Even the enemies didn't know which glass was safe. The man picked up one of the glasses and drank it. When the time was up, he actually smiled. The gang leader let them go. As they walked outside, the man was holding his wife's hand, but suddenly he started bleeding from his nose. It turned out the wine he drank was poisoned, but he had forced himself to stay strong just long enough to save his wife. In order to save his wife, the man and his girlfriend ended up dying together. This was their bond of love and loyalty. After burying his friend, the man decided to avenge him. He contacted the leader of the mafia, and soon, the mafia members raided the Yamaguchi Gumi's casino. The 2 gangs fought fiercely. Under pressure from the international community, they eventually agreed to a ceasefire. Their grudge had started at a gambling table, and it would also be resolved there. The man's wife didn't want him to take the risk because she had experienced the cunning and ruthlessness of the Japanese, but the man was determined and had already planned everything in his mind. They met at an international casino. At first, the man kept losing money. He was almost out of cash, and his opponents were starting to look smug. Just then, his wife put up a property worth 170 million as a bet. At the same time, the man's card showed a straight flush, but his expression was unusually serious. Could it be that his whole cards weren't a straight flush? Brother Long noticed something was off and paused the game. Both sides' cards were covered with glass domes. The man went to the restroom to wash his face, and a hidden assassin shot him. By the time everyone arrived, the assassin had already fled. The seriously injured man asked his wife to continue gambling for him. He told her that the cards on the table were not a straight flush. He instructed her to put all their bets on the table. The man was sure that the opponent would fold. At the gambling table, the woman put up all the bets, 170 million Hong Kong dollars. The opponent didn't have enough money, so the woman demanded one of Taro's hands and one of his feet as a substitute. But the cunning enemy noticed the woman's nervous expression and decided that she didn't have a straight flush. In the end, he chose to reveal the cards. The woman was suddenly panicked. After the cards were revealed, the man's hand turned out to be a complete straight flush. The enemy was thrown into a panic, and even the woman was surprised. A man nearby pulled out a knife, but the injured man shot and killed the enemy. In the end, the enemy also shot and killed him. The woman went to the hospital to see the seriously injured man, but she overheard his conversation with the assassin. It turned out that everything had been part of the man's plan. Hearing this, the woman was heartbroken. She had just been a tool for the man's revenge. In the end, she sadly took off her ring and walked out of the hospital.